Well, starting with the Taekwondo background, my dad kind of threw me into it. I was like 5 years old. I don't know, came from a hockey family, you know, growing up in Canada, everyone plays hockey. So my dad kind of put me in something different, and I kind of just ran with it wherever he wanted to go. I wanted to go to all the tournaments, you know, grow up there. So it's about 10, and the MMA, or sorry, not MMA, the MMA world is getting big with the UFC and a bunch of things like that. So my uncle was actually getting into MMA, and he started doing Jiu-Jitsu, and he threw me into it when I was about 10. Went down to Vegas, probably 11, and I was hanging out with Jeff Glover, my uncle, and Glover told me, hey, do a kids class in my girlfriend's pink gi, and I'll buy you one afterwards. So do a kids class in his girlfriend's pink gi, and I get this cool little gameness gi, and from that point on it was just jiu-jitsu, 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 and yeah. The progression was huge. I started a lot with like kind of top base kind of style, a little bit more MMA style, and then once I kind of switched to North Van, I learned a lot more about the sports side of things, and did a little bit of wrestling in high school and just kept a good base going. But yeah, they just kind of really drilled that competitive mindset in me for the first couple years, and then after, you know, Walter went to Brazil, came back with some crazy stuff that I needed to learn, and next thing you know, he's telling me to hop on a plane going to Cobrinhas, and you know, that's where the progression really started, is, you know, going down and learning what the world-class guys are doing down there. Actually, like this year, 2015, I took 2 trips down there. One kind of at the beginning of the year for 2 months, and then one later on in the year for 2 months as well. And just loved, I loved it down there. It's everybody, you know, they beat you up, but they're so nice, and everyone just wants to help you get so much better. Everyone's trying to, oh, what'd you do there? What'd you do there? Oh, how you catching this? You know, how can I escape this? Or, you know, how you're doing that a little bit differently? How can I? Is everyone's just kind of bouncing ideas off each other and really kind of helping the progression keep going. It was a lot more feel. Like a lot of my movements were like just my body would kind of do certain things that I was like, oh, I wasn't so much doing that in California, but I guess just the way I was moving and watching other people do it on me, it was just my body kind of adapted to certain things, and you know, I would just start naturally moving a certain way, and I found that I could let myself breathe a little bit more, in a sense that I can kind of back up and speed up, and then, you know, have the kind of up and down pressure and you know, turn my pace from, you know, really fast, and then, you know, slow it right down to kind of like a really tight and slow, you know, just almost motionless game. But just the ability to kind of understand movements a lot more, and just the way my body's kind of grasping jiu-jitsu. Just with a lot of my mindset and things, the way I walk into the tournaments, the way I step on the mats, the way I'm training for it, the way I'm trying to look at competing, and the way I'm trying to look at training, it's all just a reflection on how, you know, how much time you spend on the mats and how much you work at certain things, and you just got to keep, you know, try and keep your mindset in a positive manner, and just as much as, you know, you don't want to give certain things up, things happen, and you just got to keep pushing forward, and just, you know, keep your mindset in that positive manner, and just kind of keep pushing towards your goal. And
I think I'm hoping, and I really think that it's just going to be a continuation of what happened in 2015, but this last trip was at the end of 2015, and it's just been a whole new spark, like a whole new level, and I'm sure that 2016 and 2017 is just going to be the beginning of something new.
I kind of really, something clicked when I was 15, and I just kind of stopped hanging out with everybody from high school. I just kind of left that. I still graduated and did decently well in school, but just my main focus is jiu-jitsu, and I've always wanted to pursue it, and I just never really wanted to get caught up in, you know, all the drinking and the drugs. And growing up as a teenager, I wanted to try and be a professional athlete as long as I could. And so having certain role models like Walter and my uncle, and, you know, Mark and Jeff and those guys, Cobrinha especially, it's been huge for me. Yeah, I'm trying to take like certain things from everybody and try and see if it works for me, and if it doesn't, then let's see if this works, and if that doesn't, then let's see if it works this way. You know, just gotta play with certain things, and you know, it all goes kind of a different way, but yeah, you just gotta keep playing. Right now I'm playing a lot with like Berimbolo and stuff. I used to not like Berimbolo at all. Walter actually got me going on it about a year and a half ago, and I was learning it a little bit, and I don't really like it. I don't like the game. It feels like, you know, a slow kind of game, but once you kind of get going in it, wow, it's fast, and you can really start getting transitions in, and that's kind of something I've been playing a lot with lately. But I would say my main focus is De La Hava and Deep Half. Just those are kind of two that I can really comfortable with. You know, I'm very solid and sound in those positions, and just I've got a couple different routes off them. I can start sweeping, start trying to take the back, you know, working submissions, things like that.
So in competition, you're not afraid to pull guard?
No, no, I was like 2 years ago, and then, you know, Walter is just, why? You have a solid guard, your passing is good, so why not just play guard and then sweep, then pass? 2016, just to keep everything going. Head to Cobrinia's a couple more times, get to train with those guys, compete as much as I can. I'm looking at Pans right now, that's the big one on the calendar. Worlds will definitely be competing at. Some of the local tournaments for sure, head down the coast a little bit, go to Oregon, Seattle and that. Just keep everything kind of moving forward. I'd love to give a shout out to my sponsor Podium. They've been helping me out quite a bit lately. Jim, Walter Boos, Cobrinia, my uncle Rob Velick, just, you know, all the guys that have helped me out. I really appreciate it. The journey's still going, so we just gotta keep pushing hard and keep training.